Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kunle Fajibe. Here I'll be teaching you the basic of graphic design, how to use Photoshop tool, how to achieve simple design. So without no further ado, let's get right into it. Control N to create a new page. We'll be using 1080 by 1080 because we are designing for social media basically. So we'll be making use of 1080 by 1080. Please, in case you have joined and are probably not, you are unmuted, let me know in the comment section or on the group. Thank you very much. So 1080 by 1080 resolution 72 is okay. We can increase it as high as 300, but because we are designing for screen, we can just use 72. So very straight right into it. Let's create a new page. Now we have a new page. First, I'll be bringing in my first image, which I'll be using the image I download from the resource file. Here we'll be focusing on the understanding simple layouts in design. So instead of me just removing this background just to make it or change the background in a way, I can just create a shape around it just to make something. Well, I just want to make a flyer design, a publicity flyer or marketing flyer for tech company also. Yeah, so you can increase it and just make sure the proportion is actually very okay. And once you achieve that, you can create a shape as this, something very basic and simple. To create a shape, you just follow my mouse, you go to the rectangle, so then you create a shape. To add the color to the shape, you can go under properties, click on color, the color triangle, and give it any color of your choice. So follow my mouse. Then let's give it probably a purple, a deeper purple. Then you click OK. Then you can see the change effect. Now I want this shape. I don't just want it to be very boring like this. I want it to be a little bit interesting, like a little bit slant in a way, just to make it very interesting. I can reduce the shape and just make it fit here. So what then will I do? I'll right click on the shape, or let me double click on the edges. Once you double click on the edges, you see something like a very the edges will change. See something similar, but when you double click on it, you can be able to edit or rasterize, or just make quick edits to the shape. Then once you right click on it, you see this free transform tool. You can actually just choose scale. So once you choose scale, you can actually scale it from here like this. Probably reduce. So let me Ctrl Z. Okay, I can scale it this way. Sorry about that. I can scale it this way just to add a little bit of drama so it won't be boring. You get what I mean? Just scale it this way. This is me just styling the design to make it look very, very interesting. Very interesting. So I guess it's okay like this. So it's not looking or the way it's slanted, it's looking very boring. I can create another one and style it like as this. Create the same shape. Click on this. Because we used it last, we can always go back to the shape. So after doing that, just right click on it. Once it's giving you this, then you notice you have to double click on the edge. Once you are getting this after the first right click. So once you double click on the edge, it changes again. Then you can actually right click on it again and click what's it called scale. So from scale, you can make the adjustments towards this end like this. You see, something like this. Yes, something like this. Okay, so something like this is actually looking interesting. I want it to be at the middle, at the center, on the side. So I can always play around it, play with it and all of that. So let me come to this side. Scale again, right click. It's giving me this triangle after the first right click. I can always come back to it to double click on the edges. Once I double click on the edges, then I'll be able to make duke effects on it. So let me choose scale again. Just want it to be probably at this side. Okay, it's actually very perfect there. Very perfect. All right, so now we have our text. Yes, we have our text, and we are beginning to come up with simple design layouts. Yes, so you can actually just add little effect to it, probably just to not to make this text a little bit boring. You can come here to filter, go to your camera roll filter. Let me check if anyone is here so you can ask questions.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Here I'm trying to make a little bit effect to the what's it called, to the picture instead of I don't like my picture to look very dry and boring. So I can just I can adjust the way you can edit on your camera, like you can edit what's it called? Probably when you are editing your personal pictures, you can always edit your picture here, just the way your normal picture. But I would like to use a preset, which I will click on this raw. I think I like to use something related to orange or red. Red is kind of from here. So you see the way I'm seeing this frame preset. Choose red. I will choose red. So if I choose red, okay, it makes it makes the picture look very alive and bright. You get, so that's just that about the picture. So I can start imputing my text or just add little effect around the image here. For instance, let me create something like this, just to make the environment of the design look interesting. Yeah, this is actually just a simple design anybody can achieve. Once you understand the truth, if you are in the previous class, you can be able to see how we are able to, achieve stuff like this. Yeah, so go back. Here, let's give it yellow. To give it yellow color, just double click on this triangle. Within that triangle, you'll see the color option. Double click on it, click on yellow. Let's give it this kind of yellow. But I want it to be a little bit transparent, so I can always change it on this layer panel. So if I change it here, I can just change it to multiply. It's giving me that perfect feel. Yes. So it's as simple as that. So I also want those edges also. Like that's the way I created this shape. If you're there when I created the shape, I can also create a shape like that at this edges. I want it to be look very, very classy. Okay. Now let's do it this way. Let me create a shape here, and let's double click on this angle. Then you can always use scale, so scale it this way. I don't want the shape edges to just be very sharp, so I just want to create something around it. Yeah, so I can create another shape here, another shape, here. So I'm beginning to affect the layout of the design in a way. Let me just turn it a little bit. But I can still make this also yellow. What's that? Let's make this yellow. There's this kind of yellow we choose the other time. Although professionally, I shouldn't just be choosing color like this. If I'm working with a brand, I should choose based on their brand color. I'll be given a color code. But because I'm just designing for fun, that's actually why I'm choosing color like this. And you don't just pick color anyhow. You choose color based on their color rules, which I will later teach probably in the future or create a tutorial video on it. Yes, but for now, I just stick into what we have just to come up with a successful design. Yes, so you can see the edges this way. It's coming nice and sharp. Let me try to increase it a little bit. All right. Okay, so we've been able to achieve that at the ask someone outside. Ask someone outside. No, I don't work it. Okay, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry for the distraction. Let me use another color, probably something like orange. Orange. This color is not bad, sure. But let's leave it that way. So we can actually change color based on what we intend to achieve. Yes, just based on what we intend to achieve. Let me check if anyone else is there. Okay. So once we've been able to achieve that, we can actually be inputting our text. We can always bring this also to just to make sure there's a consistency in our design. Consistency is very key. It makes our design look very mature. Yes, we can always rotate it. There's a better way to do this. I can always follow the better way, but this kind of faster to me. So we've been able to achieve that. Now let's start to input our text. So once we have this, let's see if I can change this a little bit. Orange. Okay, it's okay this way. So now I will be able to use hierarchy to separate our information. For instance, let's start with become a okay, a software software what? Oh, sorry about that. Software. To duplicate, you can always hold on your what's it called? Your alt and drag. So software what? Software engineer. So become a software engineer. Now I can just increase the size of this, but I'm going to use color and the size of the font to separate to cause a form of drama to it. I'll be using this font Montserrat. So let's choose a medium size Montserrat and let's give this white color. Simple. So become. Or let me make it a little bit more tiny. Let me use regular. So become a software engineer. So you see how I'm able to use drama to create a form of effect like that. I can always increase it and probably like this and just make it bigger. So like a call, like an header where they can see it. You can write anything here. So you are just creating something very image. You see the contrast within the distance. So you can always also create another shape at the bottom here, and just let's say let's give it a color similar to any of this. Let's give it this color. It's actually very okay, just for uniformity. Yes. Also to drag, just hold and drag instead of going back to your text. And the shortcut to the text to just press T. Let's say something like learn how to code using. All right, so can say learn how to code. So let's go. Learn how to code. So you see, it's actually at the back. I can actually bring it at the front. If I go to my layer, just go here, then come back. You see, very simple like that. So once you have been able to bring it this way, I can also create contrast within the text. Let me make len actually very a little bit bold, yeah, or semi-bold len and code. So bold. Now, so we have it. We have it very, very, very simple. I can always select the bold and reduce it and increase it, whichever way I want to achieve. But I want to just make it a little bit dramatic. I want to just put it like a slant or something like that. Or let's leave it this way. I just want it to be not so straightforward like that. If I put it like len, yes, I can use any effect on it, but this is actually very, so we are beginning to come. You see how I'm being able to, everything I achieve here is just text and shape. I use shape to achieve this, shape to achieve this. I change the effect, shape to achieve this, shape to achieve this, shape to achieve this, shape. So you can see that everything coming up, all its design is just about how you're able to use your shape, text, and color, and the layout. Then you're able to come up with a good design. You get. So you can actually just what else can we do? Let's say contact us here. I like to use my grid, if not for time, like let's say a grid over here, and let me put this here. Put this here, then len. Okay, so I'm beginning to make little adjustments to it. So I just wanted it to be very, very straightforward in a way. But this is actually 100, and it is 96. What about this one? Let's make this one 85. 85. Okay. So after that we can use another shape here and say contact us. Can always change the color here. Something very simple. You see, design is just easy once you know how to use the tool. Yes, it's literally like as if something you can. This is actually beginner's friendly. Instead of us going through the route of the manipulation effects and all of that, can be able to achieve this and even be able to practice this on our own as a contact. Contact us. Yes, contact us. So once you put contact us, and actually bring it here. If it's showing at the under, just know that your layer arrangement depends on how it's going to show. You can always bring it at the top from here. So, hey, system don't hang. Okay, back to what it is. Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing contact us? I'm coming up. Control delete. Okay, I'm coming. I'm looking for the contact. Oh, why is it not showing? Oh, now I know why. Okay, so I can actually give it what color now? I can give it white. White. Then I increase it to semi-bold. So we have it here. I can make adjustments. So just let me know if you can always call my attention in case I'm too fast. However, I'm just trying to make up that we are done before hit 6. So I added edges. I don't want the edges to be too sharp, so I added a little bit of shape. Or shape always have meaning also when it comes to design. But that's, you can always read on that circle, especially when it comes to logo design. You don't just choose shape anyhow. It has it always has a form of feel. So we're always careful of how we use shape in every, and also the consistency use of shape. Very, very important. So contact us. What you can't just leave this like that, but let's add something. Let's see what are they learning, how to code using what. Let's say learn how to code using HTML, HTML. What other codings so do we have? CSS,
Yes.
React, React, Python,
Python, C plus
Python. We have C
plus plus.
hash. Okay. We have C++ and also we also have Java. I wrote it here, so because I've done the similar design before. So let's say front end and just make it because you have it's what makes a full stack designer is both front end and then back end development. Development, then back end what development. So we have that already, so you can always reduce the size. I want this to be a little bit long because I wanted to be able to see what they are learning. So let me change the fonts to come here to gold. So go to Go Bold. Go Bold. I like Go Bold because it's actually a very long font. People are able to see what they are actually going to do. Let's increase the distance, the space. So it can be very readable. Let's add let's say 50. Okay, so you are posting it that way. Posting it that way. I think learn front end engineering using. I guess it's okay. Awesome this way. Yeah. So let's add their contact details. Let's put in this is actually a design brief the client gave to me. So I'm just like designing it from this like class anyway. Because it's a real contact. 559 974620. So you can see from this class that everything we are doing is just text, shape, and color. So design doesn't go beyond that. Or it goes beyond that, but simple design, basic design, that's actually how we can be able to achieve something like this. 557. Alright, so let me give this Montserrat. Even though Montserrat don't cast, but it's just I just like the font. Okay. So because it's number, I like to give it a little bit on it so they can be able to read it. It shouldn't be very shrink together. Yeah, so can put this at this level. Then let's put address. Now you can always go to download some of what's called the how do I put it now? You can download icons. I will show you how to do that after this class. Well, let's say Airtel shop. Oh, let me reduce. Okay. So mouse opposite what? College. College. This college high school. Awesome. Okay, so we have our address here. So we can always reduce it to probably fit into what we want to achieve. Let me make it medium size. Let me reduce the spacing between to 18. No, 18 is too small. 24. 24 is okay. You see how I'm making it now. It's looking good, nice, and all of that. They are simple. Be able to achieve that. Let's now bring in our email and phone number. So the email will be probably let's say SDS. No, it's writing in capital letter. Let me change this. SDE mastery.net .app. That's our website. So after adding that, we can just add there. See, there's no one way to achieve to have a successful design. It's just, but the rules are the same. But the creativity is not limited to one. If someone is to design this, you can actually have an entirely new layout. You get. So this is actually a simple layout that can work for beginners. You get. So if you want to practice this on your own, you can decide to probably shift your picture to the other side and your text to the other side, and scatter a little bit and make it more interesting. If you need an inspiration to achieve something like that, you can always check on Pinterest. It helps you to be able to achieve successful designs like this. But once you'll be able to feed your eyes with good designs, you'll be able to tell if one is a bad design or a good one. So mastery and then at gmail.com. So that's it. So on a normal day we should add what's it called? Add we should add an icon to it, but sometimes I don't see a need for that also. I don't see. It just depends. You can actually have this without an icon. Yes, but people like to, because everybody can see it in Gmail. So sometimes icons are just occupying unnecessary space there. In my own opinion, I'm just trying to select this so I can shift it forward. So we have that ready. We have that already. You can just change this to one of the colors here. But I want the colors to look good. It just depends. Like, I don't know which one you prefer, the white or the orange color, but it depends on what you are trying to achieve. So because of that, we have been able to achieve a nice and successful design overall. Let me just add an effect to something somewhere like this. Let me put it here like this. Let me remove the shape. One. Give this thing a color. I just want to make it very tiny, so that place will not just be looking too empty. Sometimes if it's looking too empty, people will be like, this space is too much. It will make the design not look so good. So you see, I turned the circle to something like that, to something like a row, where we can achieve successful design. I can always adjust it. Okay, we have that clearly, so you can see that. So instead of me creating some other elements, or let me put it this way, let me do this. So it's just me adding little adjustments here just to make our design look very okay. Yeah, so it's looking to see how we are able to remove and add. Things are looking very. I want to just add depth to the background. And how will I do that? I think I have some of my resources I used for the last class, for the previous design somewhere here. Coming, my system is still trying to boost. Okay. Okay. So once you get to that stage, you can always add something like, let me add this shape. So you just bring it in instead of me creating it from the scratch. Just bring it in. Still loading. We are beginning to come to the end of the class. Yeah. So I just put it somewhere here, just to give it that shape, so that that place will not look too empty. Too empty. It's not good to be too empty. But once we have that, we can also come up with what other thing. Let's add a little bit of depth to it. Let me come up with this depth shape. Let me drag it, bring it inside. Yeah. So I can just that background. I can always download background. I can always download background like this. So, but I just like this background. It looks very cool. But let me see if I can bring it into any of those, any of this thing. Let's bring it here, and let's power click into it. Power click. Then let's see how it goes. Multiply. Still not giving. Not giving. Okay. Not giving. Not giving. Not giving. Okay. Let's now double click the drag and drop, and then put it somewhere here also. Let's see. Somewhere here. So see the background now is making sense in a way. I can always make these adjustments in a way that it's kind of fits into what we are doing here, so it's not looking too obvious. So you can see how we've been able to achieve something very simple and then creative here. There's the use of color, the use of that's just how to achieve something like that. Let me see if using multiply will actually make sense. If it's a normal color, any of those color screen. So it's looking cool now. We can always make adjustments to it, probably this shape, so it will not be looking very obvious and all that. So now we have our design. That's done. If you want to probably look for a background, you can always go to free pick. Just a free pick, you can just click on, let's say, solid background. Solid background. Solid background. Solid background. So you can see you are getting a lot of backgrounds like that. It adds depth to your work. It adds depth to your work. So, and also if you are looking for an effect like what other effect are we going to use here? So that's just it. So let's add probably something like so we can always work around something like this, adding elements, whatever elements you need, instead of you creating it from scratch. You can be able to design it this way. So it's as simple as that. So it's as simple as that. So I don't want to waste much of our time because this is just to come up with a simple design. This is something everybody can be able to achieve, just something very simple and straightforward instead of the tough manipulation we tend to go through. Yes, so you just As simple as that. I was telling to Moses the other time when he was around that I wanted to show him how I get icons. I can always come here. It's called it's a tool called Flat Icon for my contact us, address, email, and all of that. So you can always come to your Flat Icon. I don't know if you guys can see my screen though, but if you can, come to Flat Icon, just click on mail. Click on mail. You will see mail icon. So you can always download anyone you feel like will work for you. Let's try we download this one. Now, the moment you download this, it's still loading. The network is kind of very, very funny. I don't know if that's downloaded. Okay, let me just try to download. Let's download this one. Okay. So once you download it, you can always drag. That's the way you drag every other image into your tool. So you can download it. You can search for this now and drag it into Photoshop and say, okay, I want to start inputting my mails and all of those things. So once you want to change the color, just put it probably somewhere here. And if you want to change the color, just double click on it. Once you double click on it here, you see your layer style now. You can always use your color and choose a color that works for you. Once you choose a color that works for you, it's as cool as that, you get. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, I don't want it to look very messy. So that's actually how you add icons to it. Other elements you want to add that will make the design look very, very, very mature and interesting. So, okay. Let me just add something lastly to this. Let me add it like this. Let me just show the shape. So once you can just get something like this, that's simple. I just want to add probably an element. All these elements you can create it via shape. So it's as simple as that. Let's create something like this. Let me group it together. How do I group it together? Let me convert it to smart objects. So I can just convert it to smart objects now. Once I convert it to smart objects, I just I can just add a little bit effect. Let's say motion blur, so it won't look very distracting. I can increase the blur. Just like this. Just to add a little bit of drama. I don't want that place to just be especially if you can't forget. So that's just it, as simple as that. Once again, thank you for joining. If you're just seeing this YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe for more YouTube channels, for more tutorial videos. If you have any questions, you can just let us know in the comment section. Simple.